Yo, what is good, guys? A very fun day in the market today. Made some good money on day trading, which I will show you my profits on. And this is going to be a little more of a different video, technical analysis wise. I'm going to be doing a little more complicated stuff. Anyone can do RSI and MACD. So in this video, I'm going to be showing some stuff probably some of you haven't seen before, just because it provides a lot more information and value, and allows me to be more precise, give you time frames and ranges in which prices can get hit. So make sure to watch this whole video because I got a lot of good information in it. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to take some stuff away from it. So with all that being said, let's just hop into it. As always, make sure to show the video some love, give it a like and subscribe, and yeah, let's hop into it. So to start, today SPY hit 396. I sold my shares from 365, which I bought all the way back here in mid-June. I sold those today because we hit my target of 396, which I mentioned in my previous video, as well as videos prior to that. You can go check those out. I mentioned that. So we hit that today, and I took my profits on that. And this chart, this might look like a lot, but I'm going to go over it and explain it pretty much step by steps. So, as you go through this, it will make sense once you kind of understand everything you're looking at. But I want to start off with our semiconductors, because yesterday in after hours, that bill got passed, which provides $2 billion in funding to the semiconductor infrastructure. So that gave this a very big push today. I talked about this in yesterday's video. The options ran over 400%. They ran over 100% today. So those options were going crazy. People in the Discord, making good money off of that. And if you've been watching this, I gave you my targets. We're at that gap. So we're getting close to this target. I was talking about it in my Discord, how we're getting close to that target as well. Once we broke that, broke this one, I said we're probably heading near this target. So, if we get there, if you're in this, consider profits. Or if you're just watching it, that's probably where we're going to start topping out or see resistance or a pullback. So I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take anything I say seriously, I guess. So that's it for the semiconductors. I want to talk about that biotech, which is what I did some day trading on. And I'm going to explain the whole process of how me and the Discord traded this today. Discord made several thousand on this today. These are my profits. A little over 1,000. I'll explain this. So yesterday I talked about Lab D, which is this goes up when biotech goes down, which is XBI. That's the index for it. But yesterday, I bought in right around here. I was up. I did kind of want to sell as we were moving up because there was no confirmation of holding supports, but I held it and we dropped big today. But I had that stop loss. I got stopped out on the first candle in the morning at 25.40, and I waited for this drop. And the way I found where I was thinking it would bounce from was specifically with this trend line. This trend line, as well as so this is kind of tricky. So I was using trend lines on both the logarithmic scale as well as off of it, but I was looking at this trend line as well as the volume here. So once we were getting into this range, I explained this in yesterday's video too, I believe, or the one before that. But this is a big demand zone where there's a lot of volume being traded in here. So I had quite a high conviction that we were going to bounce from this area, because as you can see under this, there's not a lot of demand for this. So I was quite sure we were going to hold up above that and bounce off of those trend lines, which we did. The lowest buy-in I did was 22.86. I rode it all the way up to here. I sold it 25.50, and the way I found the top for this was I looked at XBI, which is that biotech ETF, and we got that pullback. So when this goes down, Lab D goes up, and it came down to this support right here, and I was like, okay, this is pretty much guaranteed to bounce, and we got that bounce. So after I made my profits on this whole drop here, I got into Lab U. Not much, but I caught that move a little. So yeah, that was this drop right here. I got back into lab D and I'm just waiting on it. The future direction of this will very likely depend on what SPY does in the overall market, because today it was pretty much moving in tandem with SPY and how SPY was moving. But yeah, I really do want this play to go my way because there's a ton of upside on this. It's an easy 30% plus. Even if we don't even have to get to this resistance up here, just kind of into this area where there's kind of an air pocket. You can look at this, so I can see it getting up into this range, but this is a play I really want to go my way, so I am really sticking to this one and following it closely. So that's what I have on biotech. I got a lot of stuff on SPYs, so this is what I'm really pretty much eager to show you guys. SPYs. So this might look confusing, so I'm gonna break it down a little, kind of step by step. So first off, we're gonna start with these yellow dashed lines. So these are called. Let me clean this up a little. So pivot points. These are called pivot points. I'll explain these this color fan, but these are pivot points. These are like very big areas when the price or stock crosses one of these lines, a pivot point. It starts to move to the next pivot point, which is a resistance or a support, and R2, R3, resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3, and then support 1, support 2, support 3. So right now we went up to R2, and in the past we have not been able to get past this, going all the way back to the beginning of this year. We get close to it. We actually don't really get close to it that often, but we haven't gotten past it. So history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So this is really something to consider here. This was something I mentioned in the Discord this morning when I was it was hard to watch a lot of watching all this stuff at the same time, but I'm gonna show you guys. So this morning, normally I don't do this kind of complicated TA, but as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, it allows me to give very accurate time frames and ranges to when targets will get hit and when moves will happen. So I was getting a lot of signals. It was showing exhaustion. We were at that pivot point, and I said give it 2 hours, and 2 hours later we got that drop. So we came right down to this fan, which I'll explain right now. So this is a GAN fan. This gives you all of these levels. It's not a like horizontal. It doesn't give you lines that are like horizontal. I'll just show you guys. So you have these kind of resistances that are horizontal, and these work too, but this allows you to have a time frame, especially it gives you a much wider variety of ranges to where it can go to, and especially bigger levels in the future. So in a downturn, you go from a lower low to a lower low, and that gives you these ranges. So you can see these lines are very clearly respected. You just take a look, they're respected. So right now we're at a big one, and we're kind of at a point where we're overextended. So you're also sitting underneath the gap. You have this gap lower, and you have these pivot points. You're sitting at R2, so which we haven't gotten past, as well as I'm going to put up some other stuff, and I'll explain this as well. So I'm going to put up what's called the Keltner channel. This kind of gives you a range of where a stock is trading within, and kind of like how much more it can go, because once you break out of this channel, let me clear this up again. So it kind of gives you a trading range of how much a stock can move, and once it gets out of this channel, it becomes very unsustainable. So like you have a big move here. This was an enormous move. It was very unsustainable, and you got a very big reversal off of it. So that's what happened here. You went right up to R2 and got rejected. So you're at R2 again. That's just another example of the R2 rejecting. So right now we came out of that Keltner channel, and this is just showing more confirmation that we were showing exhaustion. We had a little double top. You're also showing bearish divergences on the hourlies with the MACD. which I'll show you quick. Yeah, right here, MACD's going lower, it's crossing over, while the price was making higher highs. So there's a lot of divergences. It's showing exhaustion. You know, you're at these really high levels after not really consolidating on the way up. So it's a tough move to hold. I think we will be getting a pullback soon. I would like to see red tomorrow. I'm not sure if we will. You had Tesla earnings, which did not. It started green, and actually did go back green. It went red, but this might dictate the movement for tomorrow, depending on how Tesla moves. The news kind of came out. It never really picked a direction, so I'm not sure how big of an effect Tesla will have on it. But regardless, you had a phantom bar all the way back here, which got hit today. This is just something interesting to note. But you hit that phantom bar, and yeah, you hit that phantom bar. So the last two things, ADX and DI, and OBV. So ADX plus the positive DMI and negative DMI. This shows you whether a stock is in a trend, a sustainable trend, or if it's not in a sustainable trend. And let me put this stuff back up. I'm going to take the pivot points off, and I'll put the moving averages back up. So what we have here, this is when the white line, I'm going to keep this simple. So right here, this is the value is 20. When the white line is over 20, that shows that the stock is in a trend and will likely sustain it, or it's in a trend, and it doesn't show you the future of what the stock is going to do, but rather if the trend that it's in is sustainable, or that if it's just in a trend. And here it's combined with unbalanced volume, which shows the momentum. So when you combine volume with these kind of indicators, it gives you way more information, and this is showing a lot of downward pressure. So there are so many signs that we really cannot go much higher right now without a pullback or just kind of a breath before pushing higher. I do think we can go higher, but this is quite a big move here. So you got this green line coming down, which, you know, this is the positive DI. So it's coming down. I would like to see how it reacts with the ADX. So if it bounces off, you could get more green, but really this is just showing you that you likely getting a pullback soon. So I don't think I have anything more to show you guys. I hope you liked kind of TA, because I know it's a little complicated, but this information gives you a lot more to work with. It just gives you more information all around. It can give you time frames of when targets can get hit. So I really don't have anything else to show you guys. Let me know if this is the kind of stuff you like, because I can do more of this. I do like keeping it simple for the people that are just learning, but I think sometimes it's good to kind of step it up so that you can expand your talent in this in the trading world. So that's where I'm going to leave this. If you watched the whole thing through, make sure to share the video some love, give it a like and subscribe, and make sure to join the Discord if you're interested in it. That'll be in the description. And yeah, peace out, guys.